It's Thursday, that means Modern Thursday! Live from Titan Games, the Casbah of Peoria Gaming, where card floppers and dice chuckers play in harmony. I'm Evil Bob, your resident head in the box, and we've got a big game for you tonight. Of these next 3 rounds oops, wrong way. It's going to be very, very, very intriguing. We've got a lot of new faces, a lot of old friends who are going to be on the stream for the first time tonight, and the return of stream favorite, Rhinos, but not by anybody that you know. So strap in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs of all ages. We are starting off with Captain versus Danzy. Danzy is playing Trigger Warning. Trigger Warning is the Allies deck, and Captain is of course playing Twink Karn. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here, and we are... Ooh, yeah, I believe we've got 13 here tonight, and of course, in true Titan fashion, nobody decided to show up until like 5 minutes before time, which is why we're about 5 minutes over time. So, Captain deciding if he definitely wants to keep. Let's go ahead and get everybody entered into said system. Buzzing. We have Danzy, Trigger Warning, Captain, Tron, Ryan Carpenter, is playing Infect, Rock Stanton, my boy, is playing Gutter Burn, hot mono red burn deck featuring Gutter Snipe. Zach Zenko is playing red deck, loses. Chris Mao is on rock plus red. And Captain's going to start off with a power plant into a map, and Danzy's going to start off with a split card off of his fast land, it looks like. We've got the we've got the mana ally, taps for the amount of mana. Let's see here. I've got a Danzy's shocked, so that must have been a not a Windswept Heath, but a Temple Garden. And we're going to put down the ally encampment and play down the ally. Search by color. And we are currently looking at Harabaz Druid. That's the Danzy ally that is currently in play. And now we have Mine Tower, Power Plant. We have Tron on board, turn 3, of course. And do we have a card straight out of the gate? It looks like it. Possibly. Tap 2. No. What you gonna do? Danzy's tapped out. Has nothing else to throw at it. Go for 4 mana. Baby Karn, Mama Karn, the Karn Mommy. And he's going to so Karn the Great Creator. He is plussing up Karn to make the Chromium Star, or the Chromatic Star, a 5 or a 1/1 artifact creature. And he used the 3 mana left over from his tower to put down a 2 Chromatic Stars and a Chromatic Sphere. And Danzy plays a Hada Freeblade. Hada Freeblade. Yeah. Okay. Now he's got the mana right, and he's gonna play an Undo Cleric. Is that Undo? There he is, Undo Cleric. Whenever Undo Cleric or another ally enters battlefield and gain life equal to the number of allies you control. So Danzy's going to go ahead and gain up to 21 now for 3 allies. Play another Harbaz Druid, gain 4 life up to 25. And let's see if, yep, Captain's going to loot, or probably going to tick down and go ahead and get the Mica Scintillatus, but that's not going to be a lockout because he does have big beefy stuff. Cracking 2 little lookies. Probably getting green off of them. Draws 2 cards off of the Chromatic Star, Chromatic Sphere. Urza's Mine, Tower, and Power Plant. While all 3 of them are in play under your control, the Tower taps for 3 colorless, the Mine and the Power Plant each tap for 2 colorless. So with 3 lands you get 7 mana. And Walking Ballista for 4 mana. Walking Ballista is going to come down with 4 mana, and he's probably just going to shoot the Harbaz Druid, shoot the other Harbaz Druid, and we're going to shoot the Undo Cleric. And we're going to plus up Karn to make the star a 1/1. Karn's just looking to live until next turn when he can just, you know, wipe everything clear. Danzy plays basic Island, uses 2. We are using a Phantasmal Image. That's right, Phantasmal Image. Comes out is going to be a Hada Freeblade. So he gets a counter. And Hada Freeblade is going to be a 5/5. Or 4. So going straight at the face. Captain takes 4 like a man. Danzy with 2 allies. All he has to do is poke at it and that illusion just vanishes. It is an illusion. If you become the target, it just dies. Tick it up and poke at it. Yep, there goes the illusion. Seems real. Real enough. Captain's got 8 mana, so he's going to tick down, go ahead and get the Mica Scintillatus out of the wish board and play it down. Yep. The Mica Scintillatus is all permanents or artifacts in addition to their other types, and the Karn Mommy says your opponent's artifacts can't be activated. It's a one-sided Stony Silence because this is absolutely completely fair magic. Yeah. Danzy's realizing the harsh reality of the situation, scoops it up, and Captain picks up his first well deserved win. Karn is a card. Let's give you a wish board and let's make it a one-sided. Again, it wouldn't have been bad if it would have been a just a stony silence. All artifacts can't be activated. That way, if you get the Mycosynth, then everyone's shut out of the game. But no, one-sided Mycosynth or one-sided stony silence is super beefy. Who knew? It's similar to the same problems that I have with Eugene, the Spirit Dagron. He says or less or and less. So when you minus X him, he gets everything of that mana cost or less, and he would have been fine as an engineered explosives. Now, as he is, he's just completely busted. Anyway. Back to the list, Brennan Spees. That's right, Brennan is here playing Modern for the first time in like 2 years, and he picked up Bird. Excited to see him. I'm going to have him on next, because we all like Brennan. He's a guy. We have Alex Ho, who is, still not playing Aether Vials. Wonder if I'd be able to get all of that on there. Where's my vials? We got Stubbs in house. Happy to see Stubbs. He is still working on his super secret deck. He needs a costume to play it, and he still needs a couple cards for it, but super excited to feature that one. Getting my impression chops up, and he's working on that as well. But tonight he is playing Green Belcher. Luke Morris is also here. Welcome back, Luke. And Luke Morris is playing Lantern Control. I am elated to see that deck still out there. That is my go-to Modern deck. Right now it's Word Prison, but Lantern, I still have all the pieces for it. I can put it together whenever I want it. You know, it can be Lantern Thopter Sword, it can be Word Sword, it can be Urza Sword. Whatever you want to do with the Word Prison, it's there, it's available, but Lantern is where it all started. Thank you, Sam Black. And Brennan actually was brainstorming that deck for a little while, off my idea about wanting to use Soldier of Fortune, control the top of their deck. If I don't like it, Soldier of Fortune away. But unfortunately, Soldier of Fortune wasn't in Modern Horizons. It was only printed in Alliances. So I don't have my Soldier of Fortune in Modern. One day, sir. I believe I will get you my Soldier of Fortune. Let's see here. Luke Morris. We got Colin Sauer. You're Colin Sauer. He's a new guy. I've not seen him, but he is the one who's playing Rhinos. He said Abzan, and I'm like, do you have Rhinos? He's like, what? Are you playing the Rhino? He's like, yeah. I was like, gotta get my Rhino fixed. So Colin Sauer is going to be doing that. We got Dustin Whalen coming back. Dustin Whalen making his appearance back again. He is on Jund, which is kind of like Rock plus Red, except not. Then we got Ashley Whitehurst. Ashley is playing Gruul Aggro, so Dave Gruul. And Matt Guile. That guy I was told is playing Sisters. He was not present when the round started, but he was well on his way. So that is those are our attendees tonight. And Danzy starting off strong with a Hada Freeblade into a Harabaz Druid into the Miller. Oh, the one that mills. What do we got? It is the... Oh boy, there he is. Halimar Excavator. Halimar Excavator. When he or another ally enters battlefield, your opponent mills the top X cards where X is the number of allies you control. Trigger warning. So, and then an Ondu Cleric comes back out. Danzy goes up to 22. Captain goes down to 14 on the attack. And Danzy is milling and getting his in as he can. Alright. Alright. Captain v Danzy. Now this one could be interesting. We're going to get all the way down. Hopefully we're going to get a game 3 out of this situation. I mean, Captain wins all of it. He always wins. And Karn is Karn. Tron is Tron. It's a very, very powerful, very potent deck, and he pilots it well. He knows all of it inside and out. Danzy is just really trying to survive as long as he can. Danzy going to Ghost Quarter and destroy the Blast Zone. And let's see what else he's got. Captain is a turn away from having Tron off of the Expedition map. For 2 mana, you get to fetch out a land and put it into your hand. And that land he is going to be getting is the mine, because I believe that is the tower in the power plant. Ondu Cleric, Danzy's going to gain 5 more life. He's going to gain 10 more life. Goes to 32. And Captain's going to mill himself 5 cards. And Danzy's going to cast Collected Company. That is a proxy, but it is a Coco. Collected Company, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put 2 creatures with CMC 3 or less onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And Danzy is now deciding. Well, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, these are more relaxed. They're not like Friday Night Magic. So these are the days that people use to test out new decks to see how they like them, play decks that they don't have all the cards to, and just get the feel for it. 10 card proxy on Thursdays, 11 card proxies on Tuesdays. But other than that, it's still all modern. And tonight they are allowing M20 to be played because it comes out tomorrow. And again, this is the ramp up to FNM to see how you much like it. So Danzy puts out another Dwar Impersonator, attack Captain all the way down to 6 life, and Captain get nothing to hold off unless, oh, that's Eugene, and yep, there's that awesome or and less coming into play. Eugene the Spirit Dagron. Exile each permanent with CMC costs X or less. That's 1 or more colors. Super fair magic. You know, with 1 card, you come completely from behind, and now you're just absolutely dominating your opponent, who just doing everything they can just to hold off, but just wasn't fast enough to get in there. But that's neither here, well, it is here and there, but Captain's now well on his way to picking up game number 2 and moving us into the next round. And we have Karn the Great Creator, and he's just going to immediately go out and get the Mycosynth Lattice with the tick down. Nope. Gets the Trinisphere this time. Trinisphere, as long as it is untapped, each spell that would cost less than 3 mana costs 3 mana to play. Hopefully locking Danzy out of playing multiple things, and he's going to start off with the one that mills, the Halimar Excavator. And we are taking him down to go get the Mycosynth Lattice now. Lock Danzy out of the game. No more activations of artifacts, which everything is. And Captain picks up win number 2, match number 1. Got there into over Danzy. The round had just started about 25 minutes or so ago. And we do have a Lantern player and possibly a Sisters player out there, so we may go the distance. I'm gonna talk to you just a little bit while we got the time. Let's see here. We don't have any Pathfinder here tonight. No Starfinder. They are taking the week off. Let's see here. Everybody's life totals are going to get reset back to 20 for the next round, which is going to be Mr. Brennan Spees versus his opponent, depending on if he wins or loses. And I believe he's probably going to win this match. But I'm going to take this opportunity. Do I have the new one on here yet? I don't think I have the new one. If not, that's there. Nope, that's the old one. So let's get rid of that. Let's see here. Do, 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 do. Oh boy. Did I put it in gimmicks? Maybe. Yes, I did. Okay. Take this moment to remind everybody that we are still collecting Ice Age Brown Oofies for the Oofy Preserve. The Ice Age Brown Oofy is a very endangered little species. They really did nothing wrong in the multiverse, but they have been burned, kicked, beaten, shat on, ousted, ransacked, just hated in general. But I have taken it upon myself to start and begin my very own refuge for these lovable little misunderstood creatures of the multiverse. They are a fairy folk. Brown Oofies are a subspecies of the fairy genus Brownie. So if you like brownies, the little mischievous little spirits, little fairy folk, then you gotta love Oofies. And not all Oofies are bad. In fact, there are some very powerful Oofies in Magic, whether it be the Kitchen Finks or the Dusk Urchins or the Gilder Baron or the Collector Oofy, the brand new one out of Modern Horizons. All of these Oofies are fantastic. Not every Oofy is a winner. The Spelltwine Oofy, or Spellwild Oofy, whatever it is the future shifted one, that whenever you target it, it targets all other creatures you control anyway. But we're focusing solely on the Ice Age Brown Oofy, not the Mirrodin Brown Oofy. Those were already saved. Memnarch captured them to bring to Argentum, and bad things may have happened, but that's besides the point. We're talking solely about the brown Oofies that exist on Terracera. These guys need a home. I've built that home, and I need your help in getting more of them into their sanctuary. Go through your collection, go to your local game stores. If they have Ice Age cards, then they have Ice Age Brown Oofies. They're like a 7-cent common. But that's not the point. The point is, get them, put them in an envelope, slap the address you see on your screen right there on the top of that envelope. Titan Games, care of the Oofy Preserve, 4450 North Prospect Road, Suite Charlie 6, Peoria Heights, Illinois, 61616, and every Oofy received will get a show-off, a shout-out, and my personal gratitude. Uh, these guys, they just want to have fun. I don't turn away any cards that get donated to the Yuffie Preserve. In fact, any foil rare, not to suggest, hey, send me foil rares. No, but if a foil rare gets put into the box or gets donated, it gets added to the Yuffie Preserve, the latest edition. Not only Ginny in the background there, but the two, not one, but two Silent Submersibles, and Jaya Ballard, the bitch herself, getting pelted with rotten tomatoes and hosed off so she can't pyromancy her way out of this situation. She is in for a fun time, let me tell you what, folks. So, dig deep, find them Yuffie, send them in, and rest well tonight knowing that you yourselves helped an Yuffie. I'm going to step out for half a tick, find out where we are on the round, and when I get more information, we will figure it out. Let's see here. Let's move this back a little bit. There's the Karn mommy. Whoops. Okay. Let's just shrink you a little bit. Because everybody likes Karn mommy. Alright, I would leave you with the sultry sounds of the Planeswalker, or the Pathfinder Society, but as before stated, they are not here, nor are the Starfinders, so I will be back as soon as possible. Sorry for so long. A lot of people were done sooner than I expected. So let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. And we are back. Brennan the Black Mage is playing Bird. And his opponent is Chris Mao. And Chris Mao is playing Rock. Plus Red. Brennan is a fellow. I met him in the late aughts at a local shop called Gamer Sanctuary. We bonded over Magic, and I forced my friendship upon him, and now we're besties in Pokemon. But no, he got a little sad that nobody is really playing Legacy around here much, so he's dipping his toe back into Modern, especially since Modern has a good number of decks that are on flavor with Legacy anymore, and it's really cute. He came in saying that he built Storm without Storm, and while he was explaining it, it's like, oh, is it Phoenix? It was like, you know, we know what you're playing. Maybe new to you, but it is not new to the format. He is, however, the only person playing Is It Phoenix tonight. So, okay. 7 from Chris. Brennan gets a 5, so Brennan v. Chris. Okay. Let's see here. We also need to set up the last match in our standings, and we can get that before we head out here. Danzy picked up loss number 13. Time to start playing Rhinos again, sir. And Captain, a very impressive 9, 1, and 1. Whew. Okay, Inquisition of Kozilek. And he is probably going to pick the Faithless Looting. There it is, Inquisition of Kozilek. Target player reveals hand, you choose a non-land card with converted CMC. Chris is thinking long, hard, thick, and throbbing. Chooses the Faithless Looting, so no turn 1 shenanigans for Brennan. And he is going to put out a Scalding Tarn. And Chris is going to counter with Swamp and get the other one. Let's see what else he drew. So it's another land. And he's probably going to take the Manamorphose. There he goes. Manamorphose straight into the graveyard. Get that out of here. Don't want you drawing cards and mana fixing. And plays a Stomping Grounds tapped. Crack a Fetch. Gets a Steam Vents untapped is the call. Or gets a Steam Vents tapped is the call. No reason to leave it untapped. Shuffles the deck. And we are going strong. Alright. Brennan draws for turn, plays Polluted Delta, cracks the Polluted Delta, goes down to 18. Gets a basic island and plays Thing in the Pants. Comes into play with 4 ice counters on it. When you cast an instant or sorcery, you remove an ice counter. After the last one is removed, Thing in the Pants flips into the Woke Horror. And don't... Yeah, there's a Goyf die I made up right there, Chief. Thank you. 4/5 Tarmogoyf. Seems good, seems good. Tarmogoyf, power and toughness equal to the number of card types amongst card types in your graveyard. So creature, land, instant, sorcery, planeswalker, tribal, enchantment. We get the bird on Brennan's side. The Thing in the Pants is now dead thanks to Fatal Push. We crack a fetch on Chris's side. Goes to 19. No, it is not Jund. It is rock plus red. He added the wrong color to his rock deck. He is supposed to be playing Rhinos. No Jund. No Jund. There is a Jund player here, but Chris plays rock plus red. Goyf gets in, beats Brennan 4-4. And there's a bird. Yes, obviously. Thank you, Darkleaf. Rhinos is greater than red. He just picked the wrong color. I mean, look at him. I mean, he's got Goyf. He's playing... I don't even know why he has red in this deck. He could be splashing white, go the Abzan route, play some Rhinos, win some games. But no, he had to put red in there for some unknown reason. Don't know. Haven't even really seen red come out of his board. No, Renin 6 does not count there. Just because he drew Renin 6, I'm not you don't need it. Swinging in, Goyf blocked by Birdie, Ren and 6. The prize gouging 2-mana planeswalker that everybody likes. Currently a $74 card in paper. +1, return a land from your graveyard to your hand. -1, Brennan 6 deals 1 damage to any target. And 7, minus, you get an emblem. Instant sorceries in your graveyard have retrace, which means you may pay its mana cost and discard a land to cast that spell. Why bolt when you can drain for 3? I don't know. All of his decisions are wonky to me. I mean, Renin 6 is a really good card, but Rhino is better. So, Faithless Looting. Dart. Dart. Lava Dart. Deal 1 damage to any target. Sacrifice a mountain to do it again. Whew. And Phoenixes come out. Attack Renin 6 to death. And Mr. Mao is all the way down to 13 life. He could be at more if he only packed white. Or I guess he got attacked down to 14, then he cracked a fetch, which is that Bloodstained Mire to get a basic mountain. Sure. So 13 all. Okay, looks like Liliana? Is that how I say that right? Yes, Liliana of the Veil. Oh. Veil Lily. Minus her, make you sack a creature. Oh no, I lost my bird. Oh no, not my bird. Anything but my bird that's always going to come back. One card in hand, goes attacking. Takes Chris down to 10. Putting Thing in the Pants back out on the board. Liliana has to tick up. Play a Scavenging Ooze. That's going to be a good one. 3 green manas open. That's an answer to Lightning Bolt to the face. Chris goes down to 7. 1 Phoenix, 1 Thing in the Pants in the graveyards. Bird open. No blocks. Chris can gain life by grabbing. I see it. Slick it to the handy. What lands are those? Those are on which side? On Chris's side or on Brennan's side? Any of them. Okay, on the left side of your screen, on the red side, the basics are snow-covered islands out of Modern Horizons. And then he has a couple shocks. Looks like the red-blue shock, was it Scalding Tarn? Or Scalding Tarn is probably the fetch. Steam Vents. Steam Vents. And then on Chris's side, he had a bunch of shocks, Stomping Grounds, and Overgrown Tombs. Let's see here. Overgrown Tomb, Black-Green Shockland, Stomping Ground, Red-Green Shockland. Oh, the basics? Yeah, they're the snow-covered islands. But they are out of Modern Horizons, so they look like big floppy, or big erect, hard-throbbing penises. Yeah, all of the snow-covered lands out of Modern Horizons look like penises, except for the swamp. It's an innie. But that's the island. Let me show you the swamp. Why are you not showing the Horizons ones first? See, the swamp is an innie. The forest. The forest is a couple straight-up penises. The mountain, very girthy, craggy penises, and the plains. You know, just you get the big craggy penis in the background behind the plains. So, you know, it is still there, but it's just in the background. So. That doesn't exist. All the basics out of Modern Horizons were snow-covered. Yeah. There were no full art non-snow covered basics. All of the lands were basics. They were snow covered. That's how Modern Horizons did them. The last full art basics we got were out of Hour of Devastation. What is Chris Mao running for mountains? I didn't see. I'll have to watch next time one comes out. They may have been unhinged or unstable. Next time one of his pops out, I will definitely take a look. But as he is not supposed to be playing red anyway, again, as soon as I find out. Let's see here. Back up to 20 for everybody. Whoops. Let's see here. Brennan picks up game number 1. Bing! Okay. Yeah? Okay, game number 2, round number 2. Let's see what's going on. Alright. So Chris has Bolt, lots of red spells. And he's going to throw it back and take a look at a fresh 7. As of last Friday, if y'all didn't remember, we are now under the new mulligan rule. This is London mulligan, where instead of taking one less card each time you mulligan, and then scrying after you keep your hand, you always draw a fresh 7, and then you tuck a number of cards equal to the number of times you had mulligans to the bottom of your deck, and then no scry. You just keep playing from there. So Chris is going to draw 7, and if he likes it, he's going to put 1 onto the bottom. And if he doesn't, he's going to shuffle up again, draw a fresh 7, and then choose 5 to keep. Alright, Chris decides to keep these 7. He's going to go with a Blood Crypt. Let's see here. He has to choose which one to throw back. And he does. Okay, moving on. Gets the Blood-Stained Mire. That is, I believe, the black-red fetch land. Brennan answers with a Steam Vents. Goes to 18 on the shock. Yep, that was the Bloodstained Mire. He's going to crack himself down to 9 to get... the Stomping Grounds. The Stomping Grounds. Brennan is currently discussing how ways that he could try to mess with the stream. And Chris takes his turn number 2. You see a Tarmogoyf. There's a swamp. So if he's playing with unhinged or unstable, then it probably all of his lands are the unstable. So I'm going to pull one up here. They were the borderless basics out of the last unset. Oh, a Textless Mountain? That's kind of hot. There it is. This is the unstable mountain. That may have been what you saw. And considering he's using the swamps, for his swamp, then odds are he's also using them for his mountains, because people tend to keep sets the same amongst their basics, if anything. And Brennan casts a Manamorphose to get red and blue, draws a card. Yeah, when I saw the pictures of the unstable lands... What's up, Rock? When I saw the pictures, because the computer image does not do them justice, I had to see them in person, and I was just awed by them. I didn't really want to like them, but they turned out to be really, really good. You want to sit down? Step in? Put on a headset. Join us, Rock. Go ahead and get this out your way. Let's unmute Mr. Stanton. How's it going, Rock? How are your matches going tonight?
Well, the first match, game 2, I got Leyline, the white one. So I just took my hand and I put it back in my deck.
Yeah, Leyline of Sanctity is a beast. Gotta have a way to get around that. Brennan puts a pair of birds out and gets Chris for 6. All the way down to 13. Brennan at 17. Looks like he paid some life. Let's see. Is one of those the Fiery Islet? Yes, the one on the bottom of his lands is the Fiery Islet, is the brand new,
Life.
yeah, the Red-Blue Horizon canopy out of Modern Horizons. Brennan goes down to 16 for tapping it for mana. Blood Moon is going to turn Chris off of everything but black and red right now, and gets in for 6. Takes Chris all the way down to 7. More importantly, he does not have green mana, so he cannot eat cards out of the graveyard, cannot gain life off of that. And let's see if he puts up any kind of fight here. Does not, has nothing to take care of it because he has no basics in hand. Brennan's going to take this one 2 games to none, and Chris goes down in 2. So... who was your first opponent? Were they were let's see here, something playing white. Was it the was it Matt Guile and the Soul Sisters? No, he was playing Chris.
He was like milling my top cards.
Okay.
Like
it was a guy in the orange shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke Morris playing Lantern Control.
Yes.
Yes, gotta protect that lantern hand, gotta have the ley lines to do that, so unfortunately the mono red burn deck is gonna have a hard time. Let's see here. The Gutter Snipe doesn't target, but you still have to cast those spells, and without creatures on his side, that means you're burning yourself for at least 3 to deal 2 to him, and that's not good business.
I mean, now that I think, I have Physalis Mons in there.
Oh, and Mons, yeah.
Yes, I could just start targeting my goblin.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't target either. I think he just is, let's see here, sacrifice goblin. Oh, to make more goblins. Deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, so you can't target him, so you would be either hitting yourself or your creatures, so...
hitting my targets, my goblin tokens.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the first match, he nullified his ability.
Right.
So I couldn't create any more goblins.
Well, I guess it's not ideal, but if you had, like... if you were able to somehow get 2 or 3 Gutter Snipes in play, then for every 3 you're dealing to yourself, you've taken 6. So, again, it's still not ideal, but it may have been a play, but I'm sure he would have been aware of that and was keeping you off gutter snipe or anything that would allow him to not die.
Yeah, he was. I think I got him down to like 5 to 7 health.
Yeah.
I had like 3 gutter snipes on field.
But yeah, it's just rough. But I mean, as I can attest, when you're playing Leyline, you usually get down to that 2 or 3 life, even 1. But as long as you've got 1, you're still in it, and it's so nasty. Much like the game we just watched, where Brennan just summarily dismissed Chris. Let's update the standings on that one. Chris Mao, who has been rocking and rolling his way through the standings, picks up his second loss on the year, so he is 3-2-0. What?
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 Huh?
Huh?
I knew it was only a matter of time.
Before what?
Brennan.
Oh, Brennan?
We just need tendrils and modern. No, we don't.
No, there's a reason. Nope.
You mean in Storm I have to cast half the spells? You're kidding me.
I got Leyline.
You got
Yeah,
Leyline?
he got leylined.
White Leyline.
He's playing Mono Red Burn, and he got leylined. It's a thing. And
Yes.
now that it's back in standard, it's going to be a thing for a while.
Yeah, I don't think about trying to be red Leyline, the combustion in. Especially when he was targeting me.
Right.
They were like true to you.
The
Hey,
I had initially put the leyline of combustion into my new deck, and then when I saw it deals 2 damage automatically to that source's controller, it's like, don't really want that. So, unfortunately, not good for me, but it will go into the Enola Gay, which is my mono red burn deck, which I haven't played in like a year and a half, if not more. But, oh well. Who'd you play in the second round, Danzy?
I played Ashley.
And
Of course, the deck goes off amazingly.
yeah, well, your deck likes playing against fair decks, and
Game 1, I think I milled her out turn 3 or 4.
yeah, that's how it goes.
Turn 2, I milled her or a commander deck out turn 3 or 4. It just went, I think it was turn 4, it just went insane.
Right. Oh yeah, the allies and your
I
trigger
got
warning.
the gatekeeper to draw the
Mhm.
cards, and then off of that I get a collected company. So, and the collected company produced 2 copiers, so
Right.
there's already 2 excavators in play, and it was a mess out there on the board.
So many allies.
I was playing.
When Cryptek comes by tonight, tell him happy birthday. Oh, if Cryptek pops in, I'll absolutely tell him happy birthday. He came to 1 game last year.
1?
Maybe 2. I gotta check the standings, but I was so happy that he showed up, and I was like, hey, we're getting more of AJ's group in here, and then he never showed up again. Stubbs! Bam!
I lost to that guy.
You lost to this guy?
Yes.
Don't feel bad about losing to this guy. I mean,
It's like 7 lands in a deck.
NTG, what was it? NTG Hall of Famer Brian Brackett loses to this guy, so.
It does.
Maybe it's just Hall of Famer Brian Brackett. I think that's what it is. But yes, if Cryptek pops in, I'll absolutely wish him a happy birthday. And if he's watching now, or if he's watching in the future, happy birthday, Cryptek! Miss you, buddy.
Yeah, he could be lurking out there.
Miss him. I do miss Cryptek. I miss Poltrox too.
Has it been a while?
It has been a little while. He popped in a couple weeks ago and said, hey. But you know
He
that
pops in on Thursdays.
that whole double masters and being great at everything you do kind of doesn't leave a whole lot of time for the wee little peons on the interweb. Which I absolutely understand, Poltrox. I just don't think he can handle that I also got 2 cards out of my box, so.
First and third round.
Next round, I actually would like to see... Oh, what's his nuts?
What's his nuts?
What's his nuts? His name is Colin Sauer.
Colin? I don't
Colin.
know who Colin is.
He's a tall drink of water out there. Looks
I think he's the one I played in the first round.
maybe he was playing Abzan Rhinos.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course you want to see Abzan.
Of course I do. It's the year of the Rhino, and if you and Rockin' Ricky Ruff are not going to play Rhinos, I got to get it somewhere.
Oh, I'll play Rhinos.
I've heard that.
The viewers wanted a deck. I had to bring a deck.
The viewer did demand allies, so. And the viewer is standing in room.
I did.
I did it for you and the viewers.
But it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It was fun.
You won one now, or?
I smashed her down hard.
We got
The deck actually worked.
13 here tonight, so.
I actually have 4 rounds.
As I explained.
Well, good for you. I'm done after 3.
As I explained it to Bob, I milled her out turn 3 or 4 game 1. And I could have milled out an EDH deck turn 3 or 4 game 2. So,
Those Halimar excavators are a beast.
excavators copying the excavators just gets insane. Glenn was sitting there and Glenn's like, oh, he's playing a white weenie deck because the Hunt of Freeblade came out first. And then I played the breeding pool and he's like, he's not playing a white weenie deck. No.
I was thinking about doing that with the Walls deck, but making Simic and play the Doordew that makes you mill for each
Oh, Doorkeeper?
Doorkeeper.
I love Doorkeeper.
Like Doorkeeper, Spark Double Doorkeeper, Spark Double Doorkeeper, Spark Double Doorkeeper.
So it was kind of a jerk move of mine, but we went to that GP. I went with Jared and his kid, and we went to the GP in Indy. It wasn't this past one, but the one before it. And they wanted to do a draft. I was like, all right, we iconic drafted. Like, all right, whatever, that's fine. I get to the finals running a Doorkeeper deck. They just kept passing me all the Simic Doorkeeper decks. So I get a Doorkeeper deck. The dude is sitting next to me. That's the other undefeated. It's just A-man pod, you know? He's sitting next to
Or
me.
is he Doorkeeper?
And our game's going on to get into the finals. As soon as my game was done, like I hit for the mill, the dude's like, yeah, you got me. Reaches across the table. I have a hand coming at me this way. He's like, draw? I'm like, no. I came to play, dude. I'm getting my full 3 rounds. I beat him down hard and took that tournament.
Now, if I'm out somewhere, I would do the same thing, but I feel like I'm on a local. I'll
Yeah,
split it.
local I'll
Right.
split, but it was just the quickness. Like, I had just, tapped, milled, and I see this hand, like, coming over at me. It's like, draw? No. I'm good, man. We're playing. You really gonna make it go 3 rounds? Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I signed up to play Magic.
I
You
didn't-
didn't sign up to play Magic?
I didn't sign up to shake your hand. I signed up to play Magic. I
Thanks to
had
a
the
reno-
doorkeeper, the blue-green wall. I had,
Oh my god.
like, all the walls you could ever
And then I have
imagine.
wall roots in it too.
Yeah, I have wall roots.
Now we got wall blossoms. I got wall blossoms, wall of omens. I got card draw for days.
I think the most I milled was like 8 or
Well, yeah,
9
because your
walls.
hands are huge.
Yeah. I keep doing this with them. I gotta play the imaginary Oregon here.
Yeah, we do have wall blossoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Modern legal.
Jesus. You even got the doorkeeper up.
Well, we were talking about it. I wanted to let everybody know.
How
Here's a
awesome the
doorkeeper,
doorkeeper is.
everybody.
Just splash like one breeding pool and be like, oh hey.
Because Mr. Like You Mean It probably doesn't know what a doorkeeper is.
Oh, he's
Because
already
he
gone.
doesn't play Magic anymore.
Nah, but we still love you anyway,
We
Justin.
do. We do. I hop in and show him love on a stream every once in a while.
Justin with the purple eyes.
He was in like an intense battle, and I was like, if you win this game, you get the dub, I'll subscribe to your channel. He lost. He goes back in another one. I'm like, you get it? I'll give it to you this time. He won that game, but I could tell he was going to win, and like,
It's
He is
literally
great.
on the stream.
Do
And
I-
I'm still here. I know what a doorkeeper is. Yes, I know. You may know what a doorkeeper is. And people who didn't know what a doorkeeper is can read what doorkeeper does, because I put Doorkeeper out there for you to read.
Evil Bob's like the librarian of Magic cards. You request something, he like digs in the index, pulls it out, gets out here for you. Oh, you're referring to this?
I got excited. I got a message today.
Altered with Bob digging through Rolodex.
I got a...
That would be awesome. It's already set up for
I got a message today saying, hey, do you have Boros Locket in your Legion deck? I'm like, yes. And he's like, you should pull it out because Aaron Miller's going to be on Artist Row at Gen Con. And he's like, you got to get that signed. Because foil is one thing, but foil signed bling, that's the next level of bling.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
okay. Blueberries! Oh, what's up? Ryan! Miss you, Ryan. How's that Giordano's pizza? Yeah, Ryan's living the hard life right now.
That's so hard.
But he's like, Aaron Miller's going to be on Artist Row. It's like, you should get that signed. So I went through the rest of the deck and found 4 cards for 3 artists that are going to be on Artist Row. And as I'm looking through the list of Artist Row, my artist crush, Mark Poole's going to be there.
Oh, Jesus.
Markle is amazing. I tell you
So,
So Bob starts digging through.
well, not only that, I found 4 cards I'm going to have him sign.
Yeah,
One is my King Suleiman.
of course.
I'm also going to have him sign my my Cathedral of Sarah, because I play these cards. I'm going to have him sign my Martin Stromgold. And I'm going to have him sign a Kildoran Sky Knight, because Kildoran Sky Knight is... I love Arna Kennerud. And a while back, Dustin said, because when Mons was spoiled for... He's like, what character that's not a card do you want as a card? And at the time I couldn't think about it, but it's like I wanted Varchild, and they gave me Varchild last year. I was such a giddy schoolgirl. But then I'm thinking about it, it's like, I really want an Arna Kennerud. That is a fantastic flavor guy. He could be a Sky Captain, be a nice Kildoran legend, be awesome. They could even slip banding back into Commander on a card. But
I need to find that artist Matt I've told you about, the one where I've just like kind of played out.
Right.
He's got 4 of Mark Poole's. 4 of Mark Poole. First year he did it for me. Every year I went back after that. Oh, I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember you.
And then I'm kind of hoping he has a print of Kildoran Warrior, because that's one of my favorite arts in Magic. I would love to get a print of Kildoran Warrior to hang up on my wall. But yeah, Mark Poole, and I'm like, I can have him sign my Balance. I don't play Balance. I'm gonna have him sign cards I play,
Yeah.
just so he can look at it and is like,
Off the wall.
you play this?
Yeah. It would be the same feeling that I had when I handed Mick Foley raw deal cards to sign. He was like, "You guys actually play this game?" Yes. Yeah, I'll sign them.
But
He
yeah,
just signed every single card we had.
It was like when I it was like, oh, Mark Poole drew Cathedral of Sarah. Yes.
That's definitely a Bob card.
It is awesome. It is definitely a Bob card. In fact, if I ever got on stream last year, I set this up as my Planeswalker land.
Hell yeah.
I chose that for my own card.
See, I wanted to pick an off-the-wall one, but I already chose mine.
And I haven't been doing it this year because that was a literal nightmare to keep up with. Turns out that XSplit really doesn't like 50 different text boxes on the screen at any given time, so
Yeah.
it kind of glitched out on me quite often, and then when somebody new came on, it was that awkward time. It's like, hey, I want your picture. It's like, no. It was like, I don't have like 12 people's pictures because, no. That, and I'm just a lazy guy all around, so less work is awesome.
Still the best thing out of that is Ricky, though. Ricky,
Oh,
the
yeah.
meerkat.
Because I never got a Ricky, I never got Ricky's picture. So, because I always missed him and he always showed up like just before late. So I had to make Ricky. You've seen the Ricky Ruff, right?
Yeah.
Stubbs.
Yes.
Okay. Does that not look just like Ricky Ruff? I showed it to him. He's like, "Yeah, that's me."
Yeah, because we sat in here and made that up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So why is there like 7 derpies down there, Bob?
Why are there what?
There was like 7 derpies in there.
Derpies. Oh, because Jackie was playing her pony deck,
Oh, okay.
and whenever she had a token out
Oh, you.
that were the
derpies,
Mesa Pegasus tokens,
Oh, okay.
they were either derpies or Pinkie Pies
Oh, okay.
for the Crested Sunmare and the Sacred Mesa.
Fair enough. I still never watched that deck in action.
Neither have I. I still think I need to talk to her, and I understand where she's coming from. I absolutely respect her desire for flavor, but she needs to pick 2 horses
You know what?
and cut the third. She doesn't need she doesn't need unicorns. I think the unicorns are hurting that deck.
She gave me a list of what she wanted in the deck and said, "Can you make this, Danzy?" And I sent her a list of the deck, and she's like, "All right, I'm making it." I was like, "Oh my god!"
You seen the Karn Mommy, right? I showed that off.
Corn mommy.
Karn Mommy.
Uh,
I need to. When I
so, has the new Oofy made it to the preserve?
no, nobody's donated one yet, but I did get Dakota's donation in there.
He's the keeper of the Oofies, man.
He is the Oofy collector. Where are you at? Come on.
He should be the guy at the door, like greeting them, like, "Come on in, guys."
Could be. Could very well be.
He's just got to show up to the party.
He just has to show up to the party. Cause let's see here. That's one Titan.
I
What-
still
oh,
need
I
to make
moved it down.
proxies that have Danzy
Be
sculpted.
prepared. Karn Mommy. Mashuka Vasuka!
I have.
What?
I think I have that card.
Everybody has that card. Well, they may not. I got a lot of them given to me. I use them for all the tokens, all the time. Good lord, how far down did I pluck it?
I don't know what she's trying. That's too much to read.
Call the
I'll read it
Wild,
later.
Standings, Being Hammer. Good
What are
lord.
you looking for again?
I put
Dakota's
the Oofy...
thing?
No,
Where are you
the
guys?
Oofy Preserve.
Oh, I got there too.
You may need to update the preserve trend. I want to update the preserve. I want to keep it updated all the time. Oh, there it is. All right, I gotta get the next round up. Hang on. Okay, well, it is a Chris Mao night. We have Colin versus Chris. Oops. They did swap sides, though. Chris v. Colin. I do like... You know, I got the Don't you know that Chris is the word? Well, everybody knows that Chris is the word. Mow mow. Chris mow mow mow. Chris mow mow mow. Chris mow 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 mow. Chris mow mow mow. Chris mow 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 mow. Chris mow. Chris mow. Don't you know Chris is the word? Cut that. Paste that. Colin Sauer. Rhinos with all the exclamation points. Cause I'm that excited for the Rhino. There's the card we are waiting for. This is the round, or this is the card that I am here for. Let's see here. We got, come on. Colin Sauer. And so yeah, I'm going to Gen Con for the first time this year, and I crush hard on Mark Poole art. I love Mark Poole art. If I play islands, I like using his island. I like all of his lands. He uses very beautiful purples and blues. And I also have an affinity for winged helms, so who knew? Bye, Justin! Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your stream, have a good one, and kill lots of 12-year-olds. Take that out of context. Take it in context. It all sounds bad. Bloodstained Meyer comes down for Chris. Oh, you didn't earn that victory yet. Let's get you out of there. Goodbye. Okay. And Shocking the Temple Garden plays a bird. Bop. I do find it incredibly interesting that it is called Birds of Paradise. Let's see here. Ravnica, 1 bird. 8th edition, 1 bird. 7th edition, 1 bird. Same art. Classic 6th edition. I guess, okay, that is the only one that has multiple birds in it, and that is the OG art from Alpha. But yeah, the online one, M11, 1 bird. It is Birds of Paradise, but aside from the original printing, it has not had more than 1 bird in it. Anyway, it's dead thanks to a lightning bolt. And Chris has a Tarmogoyf on the board that is currently a 3/4. And it looks like Chris has also shocked and fetched his way down to 17 life. Alright. Gaddock Teague. That's something that you don't see very often. Goyf gets in for 3 live. And Gaddock Teague. Kithkin Advisor. Non-creature spells with CMC 4 or greater can't be cast. No, can't. Don't even bother with it. And then non-creature spells with X in their mana cost can't be cast, period. So no X's, nothing greater than 4. Gaddock Teague. He's a 2/2. He's one of the hatiest of bears. I was told this was a Rhino deck. I guess it's Abzan hate bears. And gets in for 2. Chris has Bob on his side of the field. Oh, and we're playing a Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn comes into play, and she's going to get the 2+1/+1 counter, so we have a 4/3 for 3 mana. Does look good, does get good. Chris is going to pull 2 mana, or a 2 cost off of the top of his deck with the the Bob, the Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant, aka Bob. Let's get the actual one up there. That's Bob. And Goyf comes in for another 3. Are we going to swap? We are not going to swap. Colin takes 3, and we are off to the races. Chris is going to play a Ren in 6 here. Ren and 6 gets the Bloodstained Mire back from his graveyard into his hand. Plays a Goyf again. Goyf is a 3-4 still. Is he still a 3-4? He might be a 2-3. Creature in instant. I don't see a land down there. But Chris can also just sack the Bloodstained Mire to make him back up to a 3-4. But I believe the Goyf is currently a 2-3. Which is not big enough to kill. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so yeah, there is just instant creature in the graveyard, so Goyf is a 2-3. That may or may not sway Colin's advances on the attack. Says go! Have a good one. He does have the Gavani Township. Oops. Gavani Township is a land that for 4 mana you get to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So 1 more mana producing land and Colin will be able to start churning out bigger creatures that Chris can just fatally push. And he's going to play down the Bloodstained Mire. Probably going to sacrifice it. And Maelstrom Pulse is going to get the Knight of Autumn off the board. Goyf is now back up to a 3-4 thanks to the sorcery that is now in the graveyard. Could sack the land to make them 4/5s. Did you want to do that? And then target the land back, because apparently not. So, taking 6 in response to the damage, he's going to crack it, so he's going to take 8. Colin goes all the way down to 4. Yep, all the way down to 4. And Chris is going to shock himself on the fetch. Nope. Oh, he must have taken another 2 damage off of Bob. So, are you not going to tick up Ren? No. No, you did not tick up Ren. Okay. Interesting. I guess you didn't want that land to come back. Could have called that a misplay. Reveal, take 1 off the Inquisition of Kozilek. Now that is a Dryad Militant. Dryad Militant is a 2/1 for 1 mana, Selesnyan mana. The instant sorcerers would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, they just get exiled instead. And we have a Bloodbraid Elf coming down and a Lightning Bolt that is just going to kill Gaddock Teeg. Goodbye, Gaddock. Lightning Bolt gets exiled because the Militant is still on the board, so no Lightning Bolt in the graveyard for you. We are going to tick down Wrenn and 6. Deal 1 damage to any target, gets rid of that. And we are pathing a Goyf, and there's nothing to stop him from dying at this point, so Chris picks up game number 1. Now you've earned that little red victory. Seems like a really good matchup there. Not too many Rhinos. I was told this was an Abzan deck, and I'm definitely seeing Hate Bears. Or Collected Company. Or, is it just Abzan Company? A little sad. I was expecting a junk deck, and I got Company. But that's okay, because, I mean, I like Hate Bears. Hate Bears is good. It's called Hate Bears because they're bears, which is the term for a 2/2 for 2. Because Grizzly Bear is the bear. Grizzly Bear. Alright, Grizzly Bear, the original bear, 2/2 for 2 mana, vanilla. It's just called a bear. Now, the Hate Bear is there's a lot of really good cards that cost 2 mana that are usually 2/2s that have some sort of ability, or have at least 2 power. Gaddock Teeg is one of them here. Thalia. Thalia is another good example of a Hate Bear. It is a bear that just hates on some sort of the game. Thalia hates non-creature cards. Gaddock hates bigger cast spells. Other bears, or other hate bears is the Dryad Militant. Is 2 power, hates instants and sorceries going to the graveyard. And there's just a lot of let's see here. Hate Bears. Let's find a good Hate Bears. Mono White Hate Bears. Green White Hate Bears. Okay, here's a good one. Let's just look here. This looks more like a Taxes deck. It's a fine line, and they're similar, one and the same. Death and Taxes is the term that's given to usually black-white at this point for just taxing effects. But they're very similar to the Hate Bears. Hate Bears tend to be more green-white, and Taxes looks to be more black-white. But they're very close to being the same thing, like Tidehollow Sculler. The Tidehollow Sculler is a 2/2 for 2 that strips a card out of your opponent's hand. Hate Bear. It also taxes their ability to have stuff. Takes a card. Thalia is a Taxes card. She's also a Hate Bear. Leonin Arbiter is a Taxes card. Also a Hate Bear. Leonin Arbiter, 2/2 for 2. Players can't search their libraries. It's a Taxes, but he's also a Hate Bear. So it's a very... It really is apples to apples. It's just what deck are they usually in. Scavenging Ooze is more of a Hate Bear card, other than a Taxes card. Scavenging Ooze is a 2/2 for 2 that exiles cards from the graveyard and also gains you life. It's a Hate Bear, mostly because it's in green. Again, it's a Hate Bears deck if it's white-green. It's a Taxes deck if it's black-white. I guess when you put all of them together, you get a Hate and Taxes. Taxes and Bears. Death and Bears. Bears and Taxes. I'm just, I don't see too many Rhinos. Let's just... Bears... and taxes. Let's just run with bears and taxes. Seems good. Everybody starts with 20 life going into this last game. This next game, I'm not going to jinx myself. We haven't had a game 3 tonight. I want a rubber match for once. Colin, win. Starting off with a noble hierarch. Let's get that backwards. The noble hierarch is a one cost 0/1 creature that taps to add either green, white, or blue to your mana pool, and it's also exalted. And we are attacking for 1, or is he casting it for mana? Nope, he is casting it for mana. Okay, didn't have a white mana source, used it. Oh, he didn't want to take the damage. Okay. Raging Ravine comes down for Chris. Colin goes attacking with 2 Dryad Militants, takes Chris down to 16. Passes the turn over to Chris. Chris is going to untap and play down a basic Swamp. Tapping the letting Colin read the Raging Ravine. It's a manland. Raging Ravine is it's a manland that when you activate it becomes a 3/3 elemental. That when it attacks you get a +1/+1 counter. So as it swings in it becomes a 4/4. He is also casting. What in the world? Is that a Is that a Plague Engineer? My God, Chris brought the Plague Engineer in. Oh my goodness, and it looks like he named Elf? Plague Engineer comes down, he's a 2/2 Death Touch for 3 mana. He names a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type your opponent's control get -1/-1. They are elf soldiers, so he may have named soldiers. I would name soldier. But then again, the Knight of Autumn is an elf as well, so he may have named elf. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he named elf because he knows he saw a Knight of Autumn in the first game. And fatally pushing the Noble Hierarch, and we are pathing. Fatal Push kills the Noble Hierarch, which costs 1 mana, so it's pushable. And in response, he tapped the Noble Hierarch to cast a Path to Exile. Bam, there it is. 1 mana, exile target creature. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, shuffle the library afterwards. So all sides have creatures cleared. Scavenging Ooze comes down for Chris. Now he is in the graveyard controlling stage. He does have a green mana open. Actually, he cracks it to get a green mana ready for go. Goes down to 15. Probably get the basic forest. Nope. Well, goes for the Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. And the cut. Colin kind of getting mana screwed. He's got the 1 Overgrown Tomb, and then he's got the Gavani Township, but not a lot to play off that. He needs white. He absolutely needs that white mana. And it looks like Chris plays down the black-green fetch. Marsh, I think. Some kind of marsh. Oop. Blooming Marsh. Hey, I was right. No, that's not a marsh. I mean, that is a marsh, but it's not what I was thinking. Oh, marsh flats. Anyway, Scavenging Ooze comes in, and is that a Vraska? Looks like it is Vraska Golgari Queen. Make sacrifice and improve. If you do gain a life and draw a card. Is he sacrificing lands? Yeah, it looks like he ticked her up. He's at 15. Oh, you may. You don't have to. So, but I mean, she gains the loyalty. You just don't. Her emblem is whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player loses that game. So she's going to have herself some nasty pokey pokes. And in 2 more turns, she's going to be able to ultimate that. 3 more turns. She's got to get there first. Scavenging Ooze came down and gained him alive. I don't know why he must have cracked another fetch. I'm going to take his life total as he sees it. Lots and lots of mana. What kind of mage? Mage is black. Well, whatever it is, it's always red and black. Oh my god. Was it a guild mage? Red, black. Yeah. Oh, it was a Fulminator mage. I am not used to that art on Fulminator mage. So we've got a Pithing Needle naming Vraska, I'm sure. Chris is eating cards out of Colin's graveyard using Scavenging Ooze. Pithing Needle, 1 mana artifact. When it comes to playing name a card, activated abilities of the sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they are mana abilities. So, calling on Vraska just to make sure that he's not going to instantly die to an attacking creature. Colin is also down to 12 life, being attacked right now by a 4/4 Ooze and a 4/4 Raging Ravine. So it's going to take him down to 4 with no blocks. All the way down to 4. Should be, oh no, 5/5 Scoos. Scavenging Ooze is a 2/2. He's a bear. So he is a 5/5 and the 4/4 because it attacked. Colin has nothing to say, and Chris gets redemption in this 3rd round by going 2 games to none over Colin. Sorry I didn't see no rhinos, but like I said, if a rhino gets cast, 95% of the time this year, that player goes on to win that game. No rhino, no win. So Colin picks up his first loss on the year. So 0-1-0, while Chris Mao slams headfirst into a 4-2-0 season so far. And that's gonna do us for tonight. Like I said, we had 13 here. They may have 1 more round, but I'm done after 3. We had actually really good showings. We got to see Captain V Danzy in the 1st round. That usually doesn't happen. Captain, played absolutely fair cards in Karn. We didn't see actual Karn Father, but Karn the Great Creator. We got to see Karn Mommy come down. Then we got to see Eugene, the Sprite Dagrin. Not Eugene the Effable. There he is. Eugene the Sprit Dagrin. So mean. But, I mean, as long as Tron is a legal source of mana, I mean, they banned the Cloud Post because 12 Post was too powerful. But I guess at the time, you know, it's like, well, we're not going to let you have 12 Post, but you can still have Tron. Urzatron is still out there, still causing nightmares, still taking it in. Then we got to see the return of Brennan Spees. Brennan Spees, the Black Mage, took on Chris Mao, and got there with his bird deck, controlled everything, and Chris just couldn't get going against him. And then we got to see Chris come back hard and take his anger and aggravation with Brennan out off on poor unsuspecting Colin. It is sad that Colin couldn't get more than the 2 mana, and he didn't really have white mana, so it was just rough going for him. The Hierarch is your only source of white. That's a bad situation when you're going up against Fatal Pushes, Lightning Bolts, and the Ilk. But anyway, I will be back on Tuesday. I will do that. What? They don't want to make it Tron Legacy? Ryan! No, Tron should be Legacy. You know, you can play it in Legacy, you can play it in Vintage, just get it out of Modern. I know there's a lot of people that would stop playing Modern if they can't play Tron, but come on. Come on. And really, Tron is the only way that anybody will ever play those high casting cost stupid things, but there just needs to be a different way to get those high casting cost stupid cards. Anyway, I'm not going to harp on it anymore. Everybody knows what I'm doing, or how I feel about Tron, how I feel about Karn, how I feel about all of that kind of dirtily colorless googie boogie, big bad boogeyman. We avoided the Eldrazi winter, but the Tron winter is still amongst us. Anyway, I will be back on Tuesday. Because of events, I will not be here next Thursday. That's Thursday the 18th? Yeah, Thursday the 18th will not be here, so no broadcast on the 18th. Yeah, you should all be out getting prepared for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 anyway, because god damn, I want that game so bad. But anyway, I will be back on the 16th, but I just will not be here for the 18th. Lots of things just going on, but Shopkeep's got to be a good dad, and I'm just a good guy. So I'm rambling. I want to get out of here. I thank you all for joining us. Send in the oofies. Subscribe. I can pimp my subscribe because I haven't been doing that. Good Lord, Ben's gonna kill me for not getting slapped. There it is. Benji. If you're not a subscriber on the YouTube channel, that's The Zone 521. If you are not a subscriber, head on over to The Zone 521 on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. I would much appreciate it. When we get to our first 100 subscribers, we are absolutely going to be slapping the ever-loving hell out of Ben Seidel. He wants to do it. He's donated his face a long time ago to get this goal met, and, well, we're getting there. We're just getting there. He keeps asking me every time I see him, it's like, am I going to get slapped soon? It's like, I want to slap you, Ben. I really do. It's like, well, I want to get slapped. I know, Ben. I know, but I got to have subscribers. So, what can you do? If you're already a subscriber, fantastic. Thank you very much. If you're not, why not? You get 2 videos a week, sometimes a pack opening, which I am way behind on. But I stream Tuesdays, stream Thursdays. You can watch the archives, catch up. You can see fantastic magic, terrible commentary, but that's why Al Gore invented the mute button. But you can also tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your parents, and tell your pets. Subscribe to The Zone 521 on YouTube, and together we can slap the ever-loving hell out of Ben Seidel. Now that I've pimped the subscriber incentive, I'm going to get out of here. It's been an incredibly long day as part of an incredibly long week, and I wish everybody the best of luck moving forward. Remember, I'll be back on Tuesday. I will not be here on Thursday. Don't know how many times I can say it before it gets old. It's already old. Sorry, too long. TLDR. please subscribe. I've been Evil Bob, your resident head in the box, reminding you that however you choose to live your life, I approve. Have a good night. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back on Tuesday. Bye.